Hello and welcome to Adventures with Amber, the Southeast Asian edition.
Hello, it's Amber, and this one is to restore your faith in travelling to the Gili Islands. Can you see that? That's a good chunk of coral, that. Oh my god, there's another bit down here. Ooh. For all I know, actually, that could just be a weird fish turd. I'm no David Attenborough, so there we go. No, look, that is coral. Oh, hi, buddy. Yeah, so someone was in full HD mode. So enough of that procrastination. Let's travel to the Gili Islands. Let's go. So this is where I have to go tomorrow. And I guess queue here. So I'd heard a lot of bad rep about traveling to the Gili Islands, so I actually got quite angsty for it. So I wanted to do a vlog that literally shows exactly what you need to do and how it goes. I'm sort of hoping that'll be the queue tomorrow. Let's manifest that, guys. Let's manifest that just that is the queue. To ease my mind, I travelled to Pandangbai the day before I needed to get my boat, just so I could scope out the area, visualise what I needed to do, and just prep myself to basically be educated as much as possible for the journey. So yeah, depending on whether you come here, do you know what, manifesting this, because everyone I have spoken to in the last couple of days, I've met 3 people that recently, as in the last week, have been to Gili Islands, said it was absolutely fine. Two of which have also gone to Gili Air, said it was absolutely fine. I mean, the boat was busy, but no, it was chill. Obviously at the moment it's kind of busy, but I'm not 100% sure if I'm in peak season. I think September is kind of. The videos I had seen showed how chaotic the queues could be, but I don't think specified that everyone in the queue was technically actually getting different boats. There's huge queues because they're each waiting for their different company boats. So even though it looks like loads of people, by the time the boats come, it's actually really not that many people. In the meantime, this is my homestay. I stayed in Pandangbai, which wasn't my favourite, but it's fine. It was one night. Like, it was literally £7 for the evening. I'm here one night. I'm literally here one night. The light is here for the bathroom, which, you know, I did actually check this was a cupboard and not like a, you know, like a secret door, because she's on high alert, isn't she? So, I don't really understand the setup. Do you know what I mean? Just realised I kind of look like I'm talking to you whilst I'm having a shower. Wow, yeah, I don't get it, man. How do they? I just realised. I thought the yellow thing was a duvet. The yellow thing is the sheet. I realised what it is. It's not homely, it's not cosy. I almost actually feel like I'm sort of in like a butcher's workshop. I don't know why I'm laughing, because like genuinely there's a little bit of fear to last the night, but I just really hope I wake up tomorrow. Like genuinely, I don't know why I'm smirking. Please. Officially had the boarding pass. So I travelled with Samaya One. I paid 500k for an open return, which I don't think is too bad. I'm getting on a boat, that's for sure. I actually did my ticket through my homestay. I don't know, you know, if people feel comfortable doing that. I personally took the risk with it because in Ubud I was noticing that most places were wanting anywhere between 300 and 350k for one-way ticket. I'm sure. I could have been wrong there, but I'm pretty sure it was just 300. It seems weird to only do a one-way though, doesn't it? But I'm sure I asked whether they misunderstood my question, I'm not sure. However. So as much as I was a little bit scared of my homestay for the night, the guy who owned it was actually super lovely, talked me through the process, walked me to the dock in the morning, even though it was 2 minutes away, and you will have to pay 10k government tax before you go through security to get to this dock, and that just basically is to leave Bali and go to the Gili Islands. That's the ticket you get. They rip it, security rip it, as you go through to the dock, just, I guess, as a ticketed way to know that you've done it. So as I said, I travelled with Smile One. I personally found them fine. I'm not sure if anyone has any issues with these guys. They were good with my luggage. The journey out there was actually fine, albeit a little hot. I sat at the back of the boat, which was recommended, and I sat closest to the windows, which was also recommended. I was also told to travel in the morning rather than the afternoon because it is lower tide, so it's less choppy. So this journey was actually fine. We got to Gili T, and believe me when I say like 90% of the boat disappeared. I was actually a little bit worried that I got the wrong boat for a split second. After triple checking, we were going to Gili Air after this. The only annoying thing is that we waited at Gili T for about an hour before we went to Gili Air whilst they piled on people to go to Lombok and Nusa Penida, which was a little annoying because obviously I was very tired and very hungry by this point, so I was just so ready to be on this beautiful, beautiful island. But finally we moved. 4 minutes later, Gili Air, honey. Look at the water. My luggage somehow is going to be at the bottom, isn't it? That would be the true travelling tradition. I'm heading back to the dock to sign out for Gili Air. I don't want to go. This is like my fourth, technically fifth, but fourth place, if you count the stop in Pandangbai to get here. I've been here a week and I don't want to go. So what I did notice when going back is that the people arriving at Gili Air were actually asked to pay another 10k when they got to Gili Air. There was no desk there, you can see it just there. There was no desk there when I arrived, so I actually didn't pay 10k when I arrived in Gili Air, so I guess that one is hit and miss. Goodbye, beautiful island. I'll be back. I'll be back. I've got my boarding pass. However, when you left Bali, you had to go to there was like a government office and you paid like 10k. And I'm a little confused whether you do that here. And I try to ask the guys, but I'm not 100% sure if he got what I said or whether he's... Because like, I was under the impression that I had to pay when I got to Gili Island, Gili Air even. But I didn't. I walked straight in and then there wasn't a charge when you come in. But I thought there was another 10k charge going back to Bali, but I don't know who issues that. I don't know whether they just take it when you're on the dock waiting for your boat. Okay, the security are there. They are just taking... Someone nearly lost their ticket in the wind then. Whew. Yeah, see, security are there. Okay, let's find them then. So I can confirm when you go through to get the boat on the port, the security are there to take 5k to leave Gili Island and head back to Bali. This is a government tax charge, and apparently again when you arrive into Gili Air you pay the 10k, or in my case, or the whole boat didn't, so I guess who knows. So yeah, needless to say, heading back to Bali was a little bit on the rough side compared to arriving in Gili Air. The waves were pretty harsh at the front, and then for the last 45 minutes decided to go left, right, front and centre. I was annoyingly at the front of the boat this time because there was no space when I got on. So the advice of getting an early morning boat and sitting at the back were completely scuppered for this one because this was an afternoon one and I had to sit right at the front. So this one was a rougher journey, but whenever he could, he opened the other door to get that breeze in, which really helped because otherwise, yeah, not good. If you've watched other videos, you are probably aware of the people that wait back at the port in Pandangbai for you. We were advised of these people by the Samaya group leader, which is really lovely. Just do not give them your tickets. They can be somewhat overwhelming. I personally didn't find them threatening. I just got off and said, no, I'm staying here, and I confidently just walked out. I can understand how it can be quite overwhelming for people, but the one thing we were told, do not give them any ticket. So there are guys here. They're near the steps when you get off, but I'll level with you. I didn't find them too intrusive, I just said no. I was like, no, I don't need a taxi or bus, I'm staying here. And I'll level with you, they help you off. So I think you just have to stand your ground a little bit, but it's quite overwhelming if you're tired and you've had a rough 2 hours. But no, I think they understand, just don't give them a ticket. So you can't catch a Grab or a Gojek near the port. If you want to, I think you have to walk a couple of minutes away from the port for it to be found on the app. I didn't. By this point, I just went up the road to one of the bars to eat some food, and then I sorted out transport later, which was obviously more expensive for a solo traveller, but oh well, needs must, hey. Oh, going for a drink as well. Oh. Like, I tell you what, I thought it was going to be a lot more overwhelming than that, because that was quite a rough journey. Half of that trip was very choppy. But you go about it with some confidence and some business. I'm a bit of a strut walker, so not that must have been an issue. Grabbed my stuff, I was quite lucky because I was the last one on it. Gili Air was the last one, one of the first. I had one of the first ones. My bag was the first, pretty much one of the first 10 off, so. Okay, that ride back was definitely much worse than the ride out there. I'm actually very glad. If one of them is going to be worse, I think coming back is probably going to be worse, because then I know if that had happened on the way out, I would have been dreading the journey back, I think, a lot more. It was longer as well. I was picked up in Gili Air, we went to Lombok. I think we left Lombok probably about 25 past 1. And it is now, what are we on now? Yeah, it's 20 to 4 currently. And it was about, 15 minutes ago that we rocked up. But there's a lot of people and they're waiting on the stairs for you. Like, I've seen videos and I heard stories, they are waiting. But I tell you what, I just got out and I'm a lone traveller, like I'm a lone person, and I literally just went, no, I'm staying here. I'm staying here. And they're like, oh, you're staying here, are they? Yeah. And I'll level with you, they help you out. I mean, one of them put his hand out and I grabbed it to stable myself, so that's what I'm taking it as. And there was just a lot of people on the dock, just with like taxi, whatnot. Some of them had Grab stickers. I'll level with you, I don't know if I believe that they're Grab, but genuinely, that wasn't terrible. I think I've seen so many horror stories about getting to the Gili Islands, coming back and all of that stuff. I'd do it again. I would do it again. The last 45 minutes to an hour was quite choppy, which was okay. I was breathing through it and actually was fine, but then it got very hot, like beads of sweat on my forehead, kind of hot. And then the waves started coming from the side as well as the front, and then that just, it's like a whole roller coaster I never asked for. So not tragic, not completely terrifying, and I was on my own, so genuinely. Stand your ground, look confident. I literally got out the port and walked straight up to the bar that I had a drink in the night I stayed here. So I looked like I kind of knew where I was going, which is kind of like what I like, so do it.